Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. And I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, and I wanted to get on here and do this quick video before those of you who do celebrate the Super Bowl get into the festivities. So I want to get right on into this. Um, this is the stars of Marjorie Taylor Greene. I made it a point to print out her chart just so you could see it. And I've made some little notes that I did not include in the newsletter about her. Now, we didn't talk about her hidden dragons. I only talked about what you see on her chart, but she does have a natal dragon head and tail. In head is in Sagittarius and the tail is in Gemini. And her hidden dragon, the tail is in Taurus and the head is in Scorpio in the 7th house of marriage. So whoever she's married to is she's very possessive when you have a dragon's head sitting in the house of marriage and partnerships. Um, this makes her a very possessive individual. But what I'm getting ready to say may not sit well with some of you, but please remember that the stars never lie. And what I am providing for you is a psychological analysis of her stars. So some of you may not like what I'm going to say about her, and that's okay. My channel's not for QAnon conspiracy theorists. If that's the case, you can just go. I have zero tolerance for ignorance and stupidity, and people who follow conspiracy theories like that group are idiots. So, with that being said, let's move on. So, Marjorie Greene was born on May 27th, 1974, in the sun sign of Gemini. However, she is born in the constellation of Taurus because she's born in the month of May. And in my method of astrology, even though her first house is completely clear, there is a hidden dragon's tail sitting there that you don't see on the chart in her first house. First house is your soul's purpose. So with a hidden tail sitting there, this is going to create a person who is constantly soul searching for their place in life. I don't think Congress is it. With her stars, um, repetition is not going to be something she's going to like. So, but please note that Geminis are very unpredictable and constantly changing. This sign is ruled by Mercury, and the metal or alchemy that's affiliated with this is also known as quicksilver. If you've ever tried to grab a ball of liquid mercury, you can understand how elusive Geminis are. The Gemini personality is ever changing, and it may seem as though there's at least two people inhabiting their body at once. Geminis seem to buzz with energy and are constantly on the move. They need a variety of change in their life, and they should never choose an occupation which involves redundant and repetitive work. So she was born with her sun sign in the 2nd house of wealth and money. The 2nd house is wealth and possessions, and material security will be important to her. Now, she does enjoy the finer things in life, and she may find it difficult parting with her treasured possessions. She's actually a very materialistic individual, but she's also very into collecting things such as coins, jewelry, and art, etc. Now, her Mercury is also placed here in her 2nd house in Gemini, and Geminis always feel right at home in their governing sign. Now, this placement tends to make souls, um, how do I put this? This placement tends to make souls have an issue with not keeping their mouth shut. She must learn in this lifetime to be careful not to speak too quickly or in anger without thinking her words out carefully, as we can well see from the news. She can and has done great damage in the past with hurtful words while in support of QAnon. an angry, delusional, misinformed, and crazy cult like organization. Let's not forget that her dragon's tail is sitting in her second house, too. And souls with this placement can be deceitful when it comes to money and their wealth. As her past life comes to the surface here, where in her past life she has had to she's had to lie, cheat, and steal to survive. Not an easy placement for a past life residue for this soul. In this lifetime, though, she will have to learn the value of uniting her resources and efforts together with others instead of being divisive and dividing in order to achieve a common goal. She will have to learn that true values in life are not material goods, but taking stock in humanity as a whole and finding true value in human beings from all walks of life. Enjoy and share her wealth and possessions, but do not let it dominate you, Madam Greene. Now let us move on to our third house of communication. This is also mental process, mental clarity, where she has the malevolent planets Mars, which is abrasive, and Saturn, which represents fears, both in moody and emotional Cancer. Mars placed in a third house will always make the soul very assertive intellectually. I have a Mars placement in my third house, and I know my abilities with my mouth. I can tell someone off in a heartbeat. I can rip someone a new a-hole just by telling them off. Mars in the third house of communication will always make that person um, very abrasive with their words. Now, because I am aware of where my stars placements are, I've learned to get a handle on that. Unfortunately, she has not. Okay, where was I? Now, Mars placed in the third house, like I said, is always going to make someone assertively intellectual and verbally. Now, Marjorie enjoys debate and friendly arguments, and she may have had many disagreements with her brothers and sisters in the past. Now, if she has any, especially when she was young, she must avoid impulsive thinking to achieve better judgment. Her mind is constantly racing, and this can make her nervous and high strung. You think? I would highly recommend meditation for Marjorie to help her still her mind and allow her intuition to guide her. She is hardworking and very intuitive, but can be highly sympathetic towards the needs of others behind closed doors. But she can become very emotional when she is feeling insecure. However, you would never know this due to her calm exterior that adequately masks the extent of her emotions. Now, Saturn in Cancer, Saturn is the fear principle. In the third house, can make some souls very manipulative with their words. Now, since she is extremely afraid of being hurt by others, she may tend to withdraw from interaction with others when feeling depressed or backed into a corner. She has an incredible ability to retain knowledge, very practical, and has excellent organizational skills. She may have problems getting along with her brothers and sisters. And I said this again, I'm repeating this again, because this doesn't necessarily mean her brothers and sisters of blood. This could also mean her Congress sisters and brothers, too. She does not play nice in the sandbox. And with the dragon's energy right now and the tail being in Sagittarius and the head being in Aquarius, yes, she's benefiting from being in Congress with a nice, healthy paycheck. But please remember, the energy is reversed on her natally. So now that even though her dragon head is in Sagittarius, the tail is cruising that eighth house, and death, drama, and rebirth will come right into that house. Just continue to watch the news and you will see it play out in the next year or two. Let's see, where was I? Okay. Moon. Now, her moon is in critical degrees. She has two planets placed in critical degrees. One is Venus and one is the moon. Let's start with the moon first. Her moon is in Leo, fourth house, and this is in critical degrees, which means there will be more challenges for her emotionally because the moon regulates our emotions. She will enjoy the social scene. And anytime you have a Leo moon, these are people that love to be the center of attention, um, as this creates a great ego boost for her. Her hometown is very important to her, and many with this moon placement never leave the place of their roots. This placement also creates a soul who is highly idealistic but should exercise discrimination in choosing her friends and lovers. She loves children and she may have issues cutting those apron strings when they grow up. Her children know they are loved and will return the affection with the utmost respect. She's a very good mother. Not everything on this is negative. Please remember, our stars are both positive and negative. So I do need to bring out the positive along with the negative. Let's see, she is strongly attached to her home and family. And anytime you have a moon placed in the fourth house, that is very true. I don't care who or what sign you are. If the moon is sitting in that fourth house, you're going to be strongly attached to your family. Or if you have a natal dragon or hidden dragon placed in that fourth house, home, family, absolutely the most important thing for you. Um, let's see. This placement also creates a soul who is highly idealistic. Um, I already said that. Sorry. She loves children and that she's a strongly attracted to home and family and probably has a close relationship with her mother. She must have harmony within her own home life to ensure her own emotional security. However, uh, when you create havoc in other people's lives, that karma will come back to you. So, um, cast out what you wish, but it will come back to you. So, even though she needs harmony in her life, she hasn't created that harmony in others' lives. So, karma will pay her back in that sense. Um, Her lesson in this lifetime is will be the need to control her wild mood swings when her home life has its own fluctuations. The moon in this house can indicate great success in real estate dealings, and as well as a strong ability, um, and the strong possibilities for a sizable inheritance at some point in her life, especially with her natal dragon in Sagittarius in the eighth house. The eighth house is life, death, rebirth, transformation, sexuality, joint finances, taxes, investments, inheritance, legacy. It's the death house. Let's go on to our sixth house. Now, our sixth house is the house of health and service to the world, and she has Pluto, transformation and drama, and Uranus, shocking events in Libra. Now, this is anytime you have Pluto, Pluto is a generation planet, and her generation, which is Pluto in Libra, have seen massive changes in laws regulating such things as marriage, birth control, sexual behavior. And for someone as conservative as her, I'm sure her head is just like spinning. You know, she's anti gay marriage, she's probably anti abortion. Um, as the world progresses more and more into the age of Aquarius, these viewpoints aren't going to really hold weight for very much longer. She's going to work very hard to keep these old fashioned family values in place. Now, Marjorie can be cooperative, helpful, and have a strong desire to serve others. Her desire to achieve harmony and balance sometimes backfires since she doesn't think before she speaks. Pluto in the sixth house will always bring dramas and transformations. So obviously, this is her service to the world. She's a congresswoman. She is bringing drama to the Congress, right? Makes sense. Okay, Uranus in Libra soul will be charming and cooperative, and they seek peace and harmony in life. Unexpected changes in her relationships will present her with challenges designed to make her more accepting to others' differences, cultures, and lifestyles. Her challenge is to become more flexible and understand that people come from all walks of life and all Americans are immigrants unless you were born Native American. Yeah, she's got that proud boy mentality. With her Uranus in the sixth house, she will be prone to restlessness and impatience. She is a good worker and can create clever shortcuts. Just she's going to have to just be sure that those shortcuts don't leave out important details and facts, which people who follow QAnon don't really know facts. She will be happiest as her own boss or in a position where she can call the shots herself. She also doesn't like things that are routine. And I do feel that Congress is going to get pretty boring for her in the years to come. Now we move over to her eighth house because her seventh house is all clear. She does have a hidden dragon head in Scorpio sitting there. So she is blessed with marriage, but is probably a very possessive and jealous wife. The eighth house is in Sagittarius, where she has Neptune, which is illusions and delusions, and her dragon's head. The eighth house is all about life, death, rebirth, transformation. It also represents joint finances, sexuality, inheritance, legacy, like I just said before. Souls with a Neptune in Sagittarius usually have a very strong interest in spiritual or metaphysical matters. In her case, and because of where she's been raised, she's very religious. There's nothing metaphysical about her. If she would tap into some of the metaphysical abilities that she has, she might be a better person. But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't get them to drink. She's going to have a strong love for freedom and a restless optimism about the future. I mean, she does have abilities, but needs to channel her psychic abilities into efforts designed to help uplift and heal humanity, which will be hard with someone so indoctrinated by conspiracies. She may also suffer financial loss if she attempts to deceive others, especially in Congress. Wouldn't trust her ass with my money. Mm-mm. She has a Jupiter in Pisces in the 11th house of friends and wishes. So, souls with this placement are usually highly intuitive, sympathetic, and compassionate. And maybe she is with her own race, but her indoctrinations degress her full potential. Um, she has a heart and a soul, and it does care deeply for humanity. And what I'm going to say may not sit well with some of you, and that's fine. This channel's not for pussies. Um, how do I put this? She has a lot of compassion and sympathy, but it's only for her own race. She doesn't care about black people or Mexicans or Latinos. If they're brown, her sympathy goes right out the door. She is a racist in some ways, and that could be fault of her upbringing. It depends, but with her increased sensitivity, her emotional reactions to stressful situations can be extreme. Jupiter in the 11th house also gives the soul an active social life, and they enjoy the company of a wide variety of faithful and influential friends. She has a natural ability for organizing and carrying out group activities, and she would be a valued member of any group working for social reform, QAnon. Unfortunately, Pisces rules religion and deception, religious deception. And with her Jupiter in this placement, she will attract those radical thinkers who really are on the wrong side of history. Moving on to her last house, this is the 12th house. Her 12th house is in the deep subconscious mind, and she has Venus in Aries, and it is in a critical degree. So this means that She approaches love in a very naive and impulsive manner. And since she is impulsive with her relationships, and this could be in her younger days, she can be very inconsiderate of her feelings towards others and come off as an intense, direct, and impulsive soul, which we've seen her in action. We know she is. It would be best in partnerships that she needs to choose a partner who's a little more cautious than she is, one that thinks before they speak, and to let them set the pace in the relationship. This placement makes the soul in love with love, a hopeless romantic in some ways, and has been frequently disappointed when her torrid romances don't last. Now, instead of jumping into relationships head first, she should learn to be patient and really get to know her partner before giving her heart away. Now, this probably pertains to her in her 20s and 30s. I think she's in her late 40s now. She is or has been in her life hard to tie down since she is such a free spirit. But in the past, and she is or has been hard to tie down in the past and rather childishly enthusiastic about life. Her downfall is the non ability to ground herself. She will need to recharge her batteries or face burnout, and she should be careful not to overindulge in drinking or drugs. Now, that's just a brief analysis of Marjorie's chart. Um, what I did not add into it, I'm going to do that right now for you. What I didn't add into it, and those of you who are my clients know the planets and aspect really do set the character for you. Um, I want to share something with you. Let me just bring it up here. Well, that is the wrong one. Hold on. I have so many files. Bear with me. I want to bring this up. It's important that I add this in before I close out of this. I should have put it in the newsletter, but a couple of clients wanted me to do her stars, and I really didn't want to, but I love my clients, so I decided to do her stars. But I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this person because I just don't think, never mind, it doesn't matter what I think. So she has a Saturn that squares Pluto, and this placement tends to resist psychological change, and therefore they have difficulty going through different transitions in life. Um, she, with this placement, she has a big urge to control others or manipulate them into doing things her way. And this is going to breed resentment from others. So she needs to really be careful with that. Um, Bear with me because I highlighted all of this so I don't have to search for it. There it is. There it is. Good, 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 good. Okay. So her sun conjuncts the midheaven as well, and she will have a strong need for autonomy and independence, that she'll probably be happiest working for herself. If she is forced to work under someone else, she will have the tendency to rebel against authority, which you've already seen in Congress. Um, just she has to remember that no person is an island, and eventually you will need the assistance and companionship of others. Curb your ego. Curb your ego's strong drive to be in control and learn to cooperate with others as equals. Developing patience and respect with others will make her a much better leader and much more valued. Learn to share the spotlight with others, and they will be touched by your generosity. It's much better that others are inspired to sing your praises rather than continually having you do it yourself, if that makes any sense. I'm not going to get too much more into this. I've given you the best parts of her chart that are where you're able to really understand her stars. Like I said, this is just a brief analysis of Marjorie Greene's stars. Whether you agree or disagree, please know that the stars never lie. And Marjorie Greene may have her moment in the spotlight, but she will never be the great congresswoman due to her insane indoctrinations. As time marches on and the new age of Aquarius starts to progress forward, people like Marjorie and her thought process will slowly die out. And those people will crawl back into the sewers, hopefully, along with QAnon, Proud Boys, and whatever white nationalists she loves so much. However, they may even create their own political party and rip the GOP right in half. Please remember that we are in Saturn in Aquarius. 3 years. We have this planet here for 3 years. This is Saturn is politics. Aquarius is revolutionary change. So the possibility of, I said this once before last year that we could possibly see in the years to come, maybe even before the next election, new political parties. Both people on the left and the right are not happy with Democrats or Republicans. You could see that happening. Um, if Joe Biden doesn't do the job he's supposed to do, you're going to see that happening on the left side as well as the right. It's called revolutionary change in the age of Aquarius. Whew. Wow. And those were the stars of Marjorie Greene. I really don't like doing politicians' stars. I don't enjoy it. Now, before I leave, I do want to share something with you. Um, a little gift a friend and a client sent me yesterday, and I just want to share with you. I'm not good at these yet. I just got them yesterday, but me and the girls have been playing around with them, and we seem to be enjoying them. I received a new deck of oracle cards from a friend and a client. If you could see that. I'm trying to get it where it's not in the light. And they are so beautiful. I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous. He's kind of gorgeous too. Anyway, I'm not that good at them yet. I'm practicing. So I thought I'd pull a card for the world for today. I'm going to pull, tomorrow is my weekly tarot for the week, and I'll pull that and post that tomorrow. But for today, I wanted to work with these since they're new and I'm trying to get used to using them. And they're so beautiful. The person who gave me these, I thank you so much. It really made my day yesterday. Okay, angel card for the day. It's a good card. Victory. Ooh, that was pretty. Like I said, I'm not familiar with them yet, so I am going to have to read you from the book on what victory means. What card number is that? Number 28. If you look at the numbers on them, they always incorporate numerology into this. A 2 and an 8. 8, 9, 10. That's a 1. 1 always represents new beginnings. So, 28. And like I said, this is a card for the universe at large, okay? And it's about success and achievement. This card shows a beautiful spirit holding a golden victory wreath in acknowledgement of your achievements. Success is in this way. Success is on the way. Boy, I can't talk. Mercury is in retrograde because tongue tied. I'm tongue tied. Success is on its way, and you have a sense of pride in what you've worked to accomplish. The achievement may be a great outer success, or it may be a deep inner change that you've been excited, exerting a lot of effort into. Enjoy the sense of accomplishment and be careful not to rest upon your laurels. People expect outer triumph to bring great changes, but often they may still be inner work to do. Let yourself be open to victory on every level now. So, this is a card about victory, and it is for the universe at large. It's not a personal card for me or a personal card for an individual. This is about victory as a whole for the world at large. And it's actually a good card because we've had so much negative lately. Um, we need to feel victorious in some way, and maybe there's going to be some good news coming. The new moon is in Aquarius on the 11th, or is it the 12th? 11th or 12th. And anytime you have a new moon in Aquarius moving into a Uranic phase, which is what we'll have, waning moons tend to be news more shocking and negative. Waxing moons in Aquarius, the news is more positive. So we're going to get some nice surprises coming in the next week or so. Something for all of us to look forward to as humans. So keep positive, and like the card says, the outer work will be done. We will have to work on ourselves and our inner to make it all come together as a collective one. If that makes any sense to any of you. Anyway, that is it for the day. I have like 5 cats in this room. That's it for the day. I'm going to come back on here tomorrow and I will do the tarot of the week. I'm going to share with you my new witch box that I received. And all of you have a great day. If you are celebrating and drinking and partying, drink lots and lots of water. I know I sound like a mom. No drinking and driving. Get a designated driver. Okay. Have a great day. Happy Super Bowl Sunday and blessed be. Ciao.